What is up? How are you doing today? I wanted to welcome you to this series where I'm going to be talking about traveling the world and building an online business that impacts people's lives in a positive way and allows you to live life on your terms. If you don't know who I am, my name is David Jaquetta. I'm a life and business coach, and I was sitting in my parents' basement in 2018 dreaming about building a business that allowed me to do something that I cared about each day, something that impacted the world in a positive way, and something that allowed me to live life on my terms. I really wanted to travel the world and have the freedom to create these experiences in my life, but in the job that I was working, that wasn't possible. And so over the past 5 years, I have built a business now that allows me to do something that I love each and every single day. It allows me to impact people's lives in a positive way, and it has given me the opportunity to travel all over the world. In the past 2 years, I've traveled to Thailand, Bali, Canada, the US, Mexico. Right now I'm in Costa Rica, and it's just incredible that this is all possible in today's world. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to make this series was because whenever you're watching people online talk about building this business and building the life that you want and all this stuff, sometimes it's like, is that even real? Like, are they even talking about real things? And a lot of people, they create this skewed perception of success in this game. And so what I really want to do is just be really open, honest, transparent, and authentic with you in how I really did this, what it's created in my life, how I'm doing it today, and just helping you build some inspiration for yourself in your own journey, because if I'm able to do it, so are you. So in this first video, I'm going to be talking about how I actually make money online, because so many people ask me all the time, how do you actually make money from social media? How do you sell your services? What do you sell? And is it enough money for you to be actually, going all in on this and it be your full-time thing, or do you do something else? And how do you do it all while you're traveling the world? So that is what we're going to be talking about in this video, and I hope that this helps you do what you're going after. What I do is I use social media to find the people who I want to work with, and then I work with them off of social media. So I sell coaching and consulting services in different package structures. So I sell 6-week, 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month coaching packages. I create content on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, my podcast, and I put out as much free value as I possibly can to help people build the life and business that they want to build. And so I focus on content creation, of giving as much value as I possibly can, sharing tips, sharing different strategies that I've used, sharing personal stories, sharing my life to inspire people. I share as much value as I possibly can on those free platforms, so that if somebody came over there and they just went through the resources that I share, if they went through the content that I share, they could actually build the life and business that they want to be building if they just consumed all my free content. From doing that, what happened was a lot of people started actually reaching out to me and asking me questions, asking me what I do, how I can help them, services that I provide. And so what I do is I sell a coaching package to that person that fits their specific needs. In the beginning of my business, way back a few years ago, I was selling to every single person who reached out to me. I wanted to work with absolutely everybody, because in the beginning you do maybe need to do that a little bit, but now I've come to a point where I realize that I'm not meant to work with everybody. I don't want to work with everybody, and I want to work with people who are very aligned with me and I'm aligned with them. So what I do is I get on a call with them just to kind of get to know the person first and see, like, hey, is this somebody that I actually would want to work with? Is this somebody that I think that I can actually help? And how would I actually help them? And so we get on this call, we get to know each other, and they decide, hey, is this dude for me, or is this guy not for me in what he's talking about, what he offers, and how he helps people. From there, we decide, yes, do we want to work together? which package do you think would serve you best right now? And that's how I actually build revenue online, is from selling those coaching packages. What I noticed was selling longer term packages allowed me to create reoccurring revenue in my business. So in the beginning, way back in 2018, 2019, I was selling workout programs, nutrition programs, one-off coaching calls, organization calls, strategic planning calls. And I was making a little bit of money, but it wasn't actually leading into the reoccurring revenue that I wanted. And so what I shifted towards was longer term packages, and then saving those little one-off packages for every now and again, but putting most of my focus on those coaching and consulting services that have a longer duration of time, because that actually gave me that reoccurring revenue that I wanted. How do I actually use social media to leverage that now? That is something that a lot of people ask me all the time. So like I said before, I'm creating the free content. I'm trying to give people as much value as possible. And then from there, I use direct messages and emails to really get people to see if they want to work with me. A lot of the times I get a lot of inbound traffic right now of people reaching out to me, but I've also had to do prospecting, is what it's called on Instagram, where you're going out and actually looking for people who you think could benefit from your services. So in the beginning, you're probably prospecting a lot more than you're actually getting inbound traffic from, which is totally okay. You want to be prospecting and reaching out to people and offering your services to as many people as you possibly can in the beginning, because that's really how you're going to grow. And then if you have a good product, if you deliver value and people are happy with the service and the results that you get, they're going to start to talk about your services. They're going to be willing to give you testimonials and build up social proof. And that's just going to create this, this model for you now of people are talking and doing the marketing for you. And that's how you continue to sell your services. I do everything off of Zoom right now. So my business relies solely off my computer and my phone. What I realized was Zoom is actually my business. That is my office. And what I was doing in the beginning was I was creating an office at home, and I was working off my laptop, and it was like I was working this 9-to-5 job. And that's incredible to do, and I do highly recommend doing that if you love to be in your own environment. But for me, I really wanted to travel the world. I wanted to go and learn about new cultures. I wanted to put myself in different countries and environments so that I could learn more about myself and the world around me. And so what I realized was my business is Zoom. That is where I'm doing everything off of, is Zoom or Google Meets or whatever other type of video chat service that you want to use. And I can be doing a Zoom call from my kitchen in Costa Rica right now if I really want to. That's where I'm filming this video right now. And so once you take your practice into all online services, running your stuff through Zoom, creating online resources, using social media, you can really do it from wherever you want in the world. You just really need to have the discipline and the structure so that you actually show up and do it, because it is really easy to go to a different country and kind of just like forget about doing the work, forgetting about doing all the services and not really showing up each day. So being disciplined and structured throughout your daily routines and having good productivity and time management is probably one of the most important skills that I've learned over the years, and something that I teach every single buddy I work with, because if you do not know how to manage your time, you are not going to make it in today's world, especially with how distracted we are with all the stuff that we have. So that is really important. Lastly, you definitely want to be staying in places that allow you to do your work when you are traveling. So what I like to do is I look on Airbnb and Facebook groups, and I look for places that have very strong quality Wi-Fi, as well as a designated workspace or an extra room for myself so that I can put myself in the working environment and having a good spot for myself to work. So what I like to do is I will go on Airbnb and I'll probably look through, I don't know, like let's say 10 different homes or 10 different condos that fit my price range. And then I will message all of the hosts and say, hey, send me a test of the Wi-Fi. I want to know what the internet speed is running at so that I can actually see if it's going to support my Zoom calls, because when I was in Thailand, I didn't do that, and there was a bunch of times where I was trying to do video calls and it was super choppy, and I felt so bad because I was traveling, and my clients, they deserve for me to have good quality Wi-Fi, so I'm willing to spend the extra little bit to have that strong quality Wi-Fi. I also look for a designated workspace because that really has helped me in the past before. It's not something you need, but I really like to have that. And those are really the two things that I do. If you don't use Airbnb, I would go on Facebook groups and search up the city that you're trying to go to or the country that you're going to, and look up condos, rentals, and short-term stays or long-term stays. And that's going to give you the Facebook community of people who are already doing this stuff, people who have the condos that you're looking for, and you can message them, and oftentimes they'll give you a better price than what's on Airbnb. So I hope that that kind of gives you an idea of how I actually do this in running an online business while I'm traveling the world and using social media to actually make money doing this. So that is just something that I wanted to share with you, because I know that a lot of us were thinking about doing it in today's world. Maybe you've already started it and you're just not too sure how to actually do it or have the inspiration to do it. So I'm going to be making sure to be making more of these videos. This was kind of like a general overview of it today. I can get really more detailed and into things that can really help you moving forwards. But I won't know what that is until you let me know what that is. So make sure you drop me a comment or message me on Instagram at David Jaquetta so I can make some content that really helps you in your journey in building the life and business that you are envisioning for yourself and going out and creating your unique impact in the world. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be dropping mad value in this series moving forwards. Hope you have an amazing day. As they say in Costa Rica, pura vida.